Hi everyone, I'm Rahul Chhaparwal, partner Kotak Alts. Along with me is Pratik Parekh, Director Investment Kotak Alts. Wow, what an exciting day it is. And it's so exciting to talk about the phenomenal investment which we made in Prius Platinum. Our first controlled investment, that in a distressed space, which we evaluated, invested and exited in such a phenomenal manner. This has been an amazing experience. What do you say, Pratik?
Yeah, it has been a very exciting journey. IBC has its own merits and demerits, but we navigated through the entire journey. This asset attracted many bidders because it was right in the middle of the heart of the city of Delhi, outside Aero City and outside Connaught Place. This is one of the marquee assets that is there, and naturally there was a lot of competition. But we were lucky, we were successful to acquire this asset. Like you rightly said, this is one of the few instances in India where a financial institution has become an RA and the resolution applicant and has acquired this asset. There was a lot of competition around it. Finally, we managed to kind of bid for this asset. If you recollect, Rahul, we bid for this asset in February 2020. It was just before COVID. We bid and COVID hit and the entire process got derailed. We were finally able to consummate this transaction only after 12 months because in the interim period there was the COVID pandemic, and we were able to finally close this transaction in March 2021.
And for Pratik, do you remember? While this entire COVID thing was panning out, there were several doubts on our underwriting and how we held our ground. Actually, when we acquired the asset, the occupancy level was way low at 48%. And we thought there was only one direction from here, which is up. And luck, or maybe I say bad luck, had thought about it, the occupancy actually dropped to 33%.
Exactly.
But I think we held our ground, and the immense measures we put in place to see to it that, the occupancy goes up and the look and feel of the building changes. The kind of efforts you and our asset management team put in place, they were just amazing. I would really be excited to hear more about it. Why don't you share your experience as to how did you go about resurrecting the building?
No, I think rightly said, Rahul, but before we get into this, let me share some light on why did we acquire this particular property and this particular asset. We like this asset. It was right in the middle and heart of the city. It was outside Select City Mall, grade A building with grade A tenants. Well done. Of course, required a lot of improvements. That's where I think we believed that we could add some value. Along with the prime property, there was a conviction that there is a value add that is possible on this thing. Like, what do you think, Rahul, on that?
Oh yes, indeed. The entire conviction to buy commercial real estate deep into COVID was driven by the conviction that this property is unique. Yeah. And there is a humongous potential out there. And I guess that's what drove us to back this one. And here is where we had a competition from the developers, the market financial investors. Still we went ahead with that one. And I think our expertise of handling the distressed assets, the years and decades of experience was very, very handy. The way we wrote the resolution plan and everything. And after that, I think we did a very good job of seizing the situation. But I guess we knew there was a task for us to cut out, and we would go and attack each and every of it.
Correct.
Pratik, I think you guys had gone and put up some phenomenal control measures.
Yeah.
The phenomenal steps you'd put in to see to it that, we get the asset in place in a great shape. I would really be keen to hear. Why don't you share some of those?
Absolutely, Rahul. The first 100 days are the most important for any buyout transaction. Changing the board, taking control of the board, employee town halls, bank account controls, internal auditors, statutory auditors, governance, compliances, and ensuring all the regulatory compliances and all other compliances are met. And this is very critical. If you are able to, set some of these things right in the initial phases, half the battle is won. My personal belief is that the turnaround is possible only when the controls are in place and you have a strong control and mechanism around the asset.
Yep. Fully agree with you, Pratik. I guess, and as you rightly said, doing this right is winning half the battle. And I remember clearly once we had done it, and especially we had won the confidence of all the employees, how they were rallying behind us.
Yep.
And we had all possible backing from their end. And we did not have to worry about trying to figure out, is the person out there doing right? Is he with us? Is he not with us? Nothing of that sort was put in place. And that's what laid a strong foundation for us to move to the next step, which is, how do we build up the story from here? How do we take care of the two key tasks? One, be changing the look, feel, and the presence of the building. How do we get the right certifications in place? How do we do the most important task, which is to increase the occupancy level of the building? And during this entire leasing, I think we displayed humongous maturity, not to go for the first possible lessee who doesn't have great pedigree or whom we felt is not going to be long term. But it required humongous efforts. And Pratik, why don't you talk about how did we go about doing this one?
Well, I think leasing was the most important part because that's where the top line comes in and that's where you are interested. Everybody's interested. So I think leasing was a very, very slow and a very difficult journey and a very challenging journey, Rahul. We had taken a couple of initiatives, the marketing initiatives where we tried to reach out to all the brokers, all the IPCs, and we tried to market and showcase our asset. That's one. Second part is the whole digital initiatives where, when the leasing was getting ramped up, it was in the peak of COVID, people were working from home, there were travel restrictions. So what we did was that we made the whole, area and look and feel of the building, tried to create a digital experience where the prospective client or the prospective broker or IPC can actually view our entire building and the space online. And the last point is we waited out, Rahul. To be very frank and to be very upfront, we had conviction in the asset. We didn't try to sell cheap. We waited when the time came up, when the markets opened up, and that's where we got the traction and we moved up in the leasing. Right from 33% to 100%. It was a challenging and a patient journey, but yes, we achieved it.
Very well said. And Pratik, while yes, leasing was the most important aspect, and we displayed humongous maturity in doing that bit, but I think when the leasing was low, we did not let the asset go down the drain or eliminate the way it is. I think because we had the conviction in the asset, we knew we had to put in all possible efforts to see to it that the look and feel of the asset changes, and that would attract the marquee lessees. And if you could do that right, I'm sure the lease renters, everything will follow. And while we're doing so, we sorted the three golden principles of safety, security, and convenience were not compromised.
Yeah.
How we went ahead to see to it that the scaffoldings were rightly placed when the capex was being done, and to enhance the experience, how we went to set up that gym in place. The kind of brainstorming sessions we had. How can we fit a gym out in this building? But we got it, and I guess that legal firm got super excited to come into that building because of this aspect.
Yeah.
How we enhance the value by having the breakout area behind the building, the area which was just lying out there idle. So I think all these measures also helped us enormously to attract the right lessees and get our premium. At the same time, we were very responsible that we would do this in a very sustainable manner. I think you had several of those ideas, Pratik. It will be great if you can share some of them.
So our brown to green journey was very exciting, Rahul. When we entered the building, it was LEED Silver certified. When we exited this transaction or when we exited this asset, it was a LEED Platinum certificate that we had achieved.
So where did the gold go, Pratik?
So it was LEED Silver, LEED Gold, and then LEED Platinum.
Yeah.
So our focus was mainly on the sustainable development, and we tried to be as ESG compliant as possible.
Yeah.
As small as changing all the lights or changing all the fittings to LED to conserve energy, installing solar panels, so that we save on the electricity, and try to reduce the make it more ESG compliant. Enhance the entire landscaping around the building. It was not only an aesthetic decision but also more a responsible decision, Rahul.
Yes, truly rightly said. And while we were focusing on leasing, we are focusing on improving the profile of the building. What also helped us was taking care of the third box, which is taking care of the financial prudence.
Yeah.
I think we ran a very tight ship all through the time. Probably in the initial few years or initial few months, they were thought that will we be needed to put in more capital in the asset? But I guess that situation never came in. And that was possible only because we seized the opportunity. As the leasing was going up, we got the credit rating in place.
Yeah.
We started to talk to the banks to get the LRD in place. And the beautiful part of the LRD was it enabled us to draw with every 5% increase in the occupancy. So that ensured as and when we got a capital, we pushed it out. We not only sorted this, we also handled all the litigations, and I know the kind of litigations we faced.
Yeah.
So well. The asset was clean. And I guess all these initiatives of getting the occupancy in place, improving the profile of the building, and having a tight financial control set the stage for the ultimate dharma of a financial investor, which is?
Of course, Rahul, which is the sale of the asset and, counting the money.
Yeah.
Right. At the end of the day, we need to sell this asset to ensure and to prove that whatever turnaround we did comes on the report card, and it comes on the report card in form of money.
It was not a turnaround on paper, but it was actual turnaround.
Correct, Rahul. So, talking about the sale process, there were many potential suitors for this asset. We wanted to ensure that our legacy continues, and while we received offer, we ensured that we tried to complete the entire sale process in as shortened time as possible, so that the time was ripe. Whatever we had to do as a turnaround or as an investor, we have done that. We believed, and now was the time to pass on the baton to the next investor who can probably do more value add on this.
And do you remember the discussions we used to have whether we should sell the building straight as sale, or to a marquee potential buyer? The kind of brainstorming we used to have, and I think we took that call. No, we will not do a straight as sale. If we have created such a phenomenal building, we want to leave it the legacy.
With the kind of transformation that we had done and the kind of resources that we had invested all throughout the time, we were very confident with the diligence, be it financial, be it legal, or be it technical diligence. And this gave an immense comfort to the incoming potential investors. Not only that, Rahul, the whole journey and the whole process was so smooth for the sale process that we could actually complete the entire process in a record time.
We have got the confidence of our LPs, we've got a confidence and buy-in of all the internal stakeholders, and it has given immense confidence to us as team. I'm super excited, and I think it sets the stage for many more deals to come in future. Congratulations, Pratik.
Same to you, Rahul.
Thanks.